Aravindan. Yeah.
Hope I'm audible. Yeah. Fine. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you all had a terrific lunch. We welcome you all to continue with the amazing streak of conversations with our next topic, unlocking new opportunities, how service providers can adapt to modern enterprise applications. We are living in an era where the boundaries of what's possible are being constantly refined in a daily basis. At the heart of this transformation lies an integrated application ecosystem, one that seamlessly connects cloud, AI, and data together to drive business innovation and agility. I welcome you all to this power packed panel discussion, and I have with me esteemed panelists representing both advisory and research side of our business. Please welcome Aravindan Ingersoll, Senior Director at Avasant. Andy has over 1.5 decades of experience, predominantly in the technology advisory business, and he regularly interacts with clients across multiple industries. I also welcome Gaurav Dewan, Director with Avasant. Gaurav is an acknowledged leader in the analyst community who probably needs no introduction. Gaurav regularly tracks multiple areas such as cloud, IT infrastructure, cybersecurity, and enterprise applications. I also have with me Premal Shah, Principal Analyst with Avasant. Premal brings core expertise within enterprise applications, predominantly focusing on ERP, CRM, and HCM systems. And I'm Dhanusha Ramakrishnan, Lead Analyst with Avasant. I closely track cloud and IT infrastructure space, and I have got this amazing opportunity to be the curious moderator of this session and learn from our esteemed panelists. As we delve into today's discussion, it is impossible to ignore the rapid transformation of enterprise applications landscape. The evolution of enterprise applications from rigid monolithic systems to AI-based applications have transformed how businesses fundamentally operate and scale. In the early days, the enterprise applications were mostly monolithic systems, mostly on mainframe systems. These systems were rigid, expensive, and had very limited integration capabilities. In the early 1990s, what we saw was the shift towards a client-server architecture, which introduced distributed computing capabilities that allowed flexibility, and it also helped clients to reduce costs. We also witnessed solutions like ERP systems from SAP and Oracle that came to rise during this period. And then, with the internet boom, came web-based applications which enabled browser-based access and enhanced collaboration among enterprises. And this also was an era where the solutions like HCM and CRM gained traction, allowing businesses to streamline operations and improve efficiency. In the early 2000s, the introduction of cloud and SaaS-based applications, this allowed enterprises to change the game altogether, gaining more flexibility, scalability, and cost savings. The SaaS solutions like ServiceNow and Workday gained immense popularity during this period for ease of deployment as well as subscription-based models. Fast forward to 2020s, we witnessed the era of composable and low-code, no-code platforms. Composable platforms introduced modular architecture among enterprise applications, while low-code, no-code platforms enabled non-technical users easily and seamlessly to build and deploy enterprise applications. And finally, as we are evolving, we witness an era of AI-based and AI-integrated applications that are closely integrating generative AI as well as AI agents to automate routine tasks, enhance data-driven decision-making, and drive hyper-personalized digital experience for customers. In short, the evolution majorly focused on siloed enterprise data to transforming into an unified knowledge hubs. What were earlier as tightly integrated application components are now loosely coupled into a modular architecture and the focus has predominantly shifted from generic UX to hyper-personalized digital experiences. Even though enterprises are transforming these enterprise applications to an AI based, there are a few challenges that they witness while managing these. The 78% of organizations find legacy infrastructure to be a key challenge, while 67% look for change management challenges, and business process alignment and risk management are other key challenges that enterprises undergo. As AI continues to evolve, the enterprise applications landscape are more transformative and adaptive than ever before. The shift is not just theoretical, it is being reflected in the enterprise IT spending patterns. So, as Rakesh highlighted in our earlier sessions, that how tech spend on enterprise applications is continuously increasing, we witnessed that in 2024, business applications tower accounted for 36% of IT operational spending among enterprises. These were predominantly driven by key factors such as scalability and flexibility, with rise to cloud native architectures and modular applications, centralized control and management, which breaking down the silos and introduced a unified view of control and operations to improve governance and security, integration seamlessly with the third party applications as well as interoperability, data driven decision making to enhance hyper personalization and unlock new growth opportunities, and introducing industry specific solutions. Specifically for ERP, in terms of ERP, we are witnessing an increase to optimize supply chain in the manufacturing sector. Similarly, in the CRM sector, CRM domain, we are witnessing hyper-personalized customer experiences in the retail sector. And in terms of HCM, we are seeing more use cases to streamline workforce in the healthcare sector. So there is a lot of focus on the industry-specific solutions, which is reflected in the enterprise application adoption among various industries. So we see that manufacturing and retail and CPG sectors account for approximately 40% of the enterprise application adoption. These key use cases in such sectors in terms of manufacturing are complex production schedules, providing real-time visibility and resource allocation into the worker environments, optimizing raw material procurement in terms of monitoring stock levels and supplier performance, and quality control for early detection of anomalies and reducing wastage. And in terms of retail and CPG sectors, as Sahaj called out in our earlier session, hyper-personalization is a key trend that we are witnessing in terms of adoption of enterprise applications, targeting campaigns and customized product recommendations. We also witness an increasing demand for demand forecasting and inventory management to provide insights into inventory levels so that the CPG sector can avoid the situations of overstock and out of stock situations. So with this quick introduction, we will now engage in the panel discussion that will explore what this evolution means for service providers and the underlying opportunities that can be tapped. Andy, my first question to you is that you regularly interact with clients on a day-to-day basis. What does this evolution of enterprise applications mean for customers?
Yeah, so the way I see it, there are three broad themes that are emerging at least in the last few years in the application space, at least with the clients or deals that I've been working on recently. One is the AMS support model is shifting overall, or there tends to be a shift compared to what we saw in the last 5 years or the pre-COVID era. And the shift primarily is around the model between the routine maintenance and enhancement work. So previously it used to be some kind of a 70-30 kind of a shift, split between the two, where 70% is the routine maintenance related effort and 30% is the minor enhancement related effort. Now what we are seeing is a flip in that ratio towards more towards minor enhancements and less towards routine maintenance, something like a 40-60 kind of a split. And the reason why we see this is again linked to a lot of these patterns and trends that we've been hearing from the sessions before. But one primary reason for that is also some of these emergence of more mature AIOps related platforms that a lot of these providers are bringing to the table with respect to their solution. So what's happening is a lot of reduction in terms of tickets, pushing a lot of what used to be previously an L0, L1 kind of effort, pushing it drastically towards the left and reducing the time taken to do some of what was traditionally the routine maintenance effort where people used to be involved. What this is also doing is shifting a lot of uh, effort requirement towards a right. What I mean by that is the skill profile is moving towards the right. Clients are expecting more and more of L3 experts to come to the table, support them on specific problems rather than bringing in an army of people to support them on let's say an L0, L1, L2 kind of support work. So that's one broad theme that I'm seeing on the application space. The second theme that I'm seeing is on the custom application space, where there is a lot of conversations, deep conversations happening specific to the domain and the industry. So, for example, one of our life sciences client recently, they were looking to outsource their applications portfolio with respect to the R&D space. There, the client was absolutely clear that we don't want to talk about generic technology stack capabilities on front and back end and so on. The conversations were more around whether the providers could understand application support related to, let's say, drug discovery, clinical trials, regulatory affairs, and things like that. So, uh, and and most of the providers fell short of having those conversations because they did not have the experts who could bring to the table the kind of capabilities that these specific applications has, what are some of the nuances of those applications and so on. So that's one broad theme with respect to custom applications. The other broad theme that I'm seeing with respect to custom applications is also a lot of these custom applications tend to be business applications that are critical systems, which means that there is some kind of a 24/7 cross 7 support expected for some of these important business applications. So what that means is traditionally you used to have like a 80/20 model of offshore and onshore, where most of the people sitting in India would be supporting these applications across different levels, L2, L3, and so on, with some bit of onshore support. But clients are now seeking more and more of nearshore support as well for some of these critical systems because they see that a lot of attrition is happening at the L3 layer, and they see that it's important to have some of these capabilities closer to their geography as well, so that it's easier to support those systems. So what we are seeing is some kind of an 16 cross 7 versus 16 cross 7 for offshore and 8 cross 7 for a nearshore is something that we are seeing on the custom application space. Thirdly, on the third broad theme that I can think of is on the SaaS side. SaaS is becoming a lot more of a commodity, and this is also largely driven by some of the global market conditions that's happening. Clients are trying to cut cost, bring in more efficiencies, and so on. So one of the problem statements that we typically see our clients coming to us is, help us with our vendor consolidation efforts. Uh, drive efficiencies and synergies through vendor consolidation. So if you put these two pieces together, what that means is clients see SaaS as more like a table stake. They are trying to uh, reduce the number of vendors in the environment, which means that they are looking at service providers who can bring in a lot of these capabilities around the big platforms, the SAPs, the Oracles, and the ERPs, HCMs, and so on. So what that means is there is a big push towards bringing in vendors who have these platform capabilities. So I can give an example of one of our healthcare clients. They recently outsourced their entire applications portfolio. Um, SAP was probably 30% of the overall spend with respect to the applications portfolio. But when it came to selecting a vendor who can support the entire application stack, they ended up going with the provider who had the best capabilities with regards to their SAP systems. They were going through a migration effort to move towards S4 HANA and so on. So they wanted to select a vendor who probably best fits for one third of their entire application spend, and the rest of the application spend is something that they were willing to go. I mean, they were fine with giving to any vendor who could do that, but they just selected this vendor because it was risk efficient and so on. So I think from a SaaS perspective, it's becoming more of a commodity. The push is more towards the platforms.
These are great pointers, Andy. Thank you. Premal, my next question is to you. You're regularly tracking the enterprise application space, which has significantly evolved to match the client demands as called out by Andy. So, how are vendors like SAP, Oracle, Salesforce, and Microsoft responding to this shift?
Yeah, great question, Dhanusha. So you see all these big tech vendors, SAP, Microsoft, Oracle, they are not anymore, they are not into providing standalone ERP, CRM or HCM applications. They are looking at providing a complete AI-driven ecosystem which can seamlessly fit into enterprise environment. And to achieve this, I mean, they are like, taking a lot of steps. So they are coming up with a lot of low cost no cost low code no code solutions, so which will let enterprises, like, in short amount of time and with very less amount of technological knowledge, they can adopt to AI services. So a great example of this is Salesforce has announced agent builder, where with simple drag and drop functionality you can build your own AI agents. Another great one that we all must be using here and there is Microsoft's Copilot Studio, so which seamlessly integrates across all your Microsoft apps, be it Dynamics, be it Teams or Outlook or anything. So this is one great thing they are doing. They are so they are also coming up with industry specific nuances. They are also adding it into their solutions. It's not just simply a generic horizontal workflow, but they are putting in vertical specific AI nuances into their solutions. So we have a great case study from Salesforce. So the case in point is a company called Saks Fifth Avenue. It's a luxury retail brand. So you see, they implemented Salesforce's agent force for their retail customer interaction. And now, without any human intervention, autonomously, customers are able to solve their queries. They are able to place returns, exchanges, and they are able to, like, get personalized recommendations on all of it. So this is revolutionary in my opinion. I mean, this not only it will free the human agents for more value driven and strategic work, but it will also improve the customer experience. They will get their resolution to their queries faster. And thirdly, I would say they are also, taking efforts to expand the scope of what AI can do for you. So for example, you'll see that at like Andy called out earlier. So now initially, how the support AMS support model used to be, it used to be 60% support and 40% enhancements, but now it has changed to somewhere 70-30. So 30% of support work is there, and 70 people are focusing on enhancements. So on this similar lines, recently ServiceNow partnered with Microsoft, and so this is one great collaboration example what they are doing to improve the scope of AI. So they with this collaboration, they are able to bring down the time required to resolve the incident. So earlier, when you have like critical outage or P1 incident, like the entire team would go on collaborating with say emails or calls, like that. Now proactively incidents are being recognized, the AI itself looks at like how you have solved these incidents in past, and it will suggest you the resolutions, and in some cases if required it will escalate it to human agents. So this is all happening in real time autonomously. So this saves enterprises time. They don't have to focus more on in firefighting, or say like just to keep the lights on, and they get more time to innovate, they get more time to optimize, and so on and so forth. So yeah.
These are some powerful thoughts, Premal. Thank you. Now, Gaurav, my next question is to you. Premal just highlighted how big tech vendors are shifting towards AI powered enterprise applications. Since you closely track these big tech vendors on a regular basis, how have the use cases evolved across ERP, CRM, and HCM domains?
Right. So, what came out in our conversation so far is, so clearly enterprise applications have moved beyond being mere backend systems to front end, if I can say so, AI enabled decision engines, right, which are powering autonomous work across enterprise functions, talking about, say, managing supply chains or optimizing um, inventory management, right? Or for that matter, utilizing the data repository for um, identifying the customer purchase behaviors, right? Or talking about from the HR standpoint, covering the complete hiring to retiring cycle, right? Be it candidate assessment to skill assessments and all. Second, what interesting thing AI has done is it has blurred the lines across HCM, CRM, and ERP by orchestrating cross-functional workflows. So what it means is an AI agent sitting in ERP, it identifies a skill shortage, right? So it triggers an HCM AI to identify upskill and reskill programs, right? And in parallel, it triggers the CRM AI to autonomously manage some of the client queries. Thirdly, what we are saying is, unlike the traditional automation frameworks, which were relying on predefined instructions or which requires regular updates, today these AI agents are built on large language models, which autonomously learn and adapt with time. In fact, in our recently launched Cloud ERP Suites 2024 Market Insights report, what we found is more than 80% of the organizations who are implementing ERP systems are prioritizing automation of manual workflows and repetitive tasks. And there's another group of 65% organizations who are enhancing the financial management and decision making. Lastly, what is seen is the entire complexion of application portfolio has evolved with time. So what AI has done is it has allowed enterprises to have a unified experience across applications. So it has integrated the UI across all applications. So unlike those clunky UIs which used to exist earlier, has given way to say voice-based or text-based interfaces. And of course, the hyperscalers are leading this space.
Yeah, these are some great use cases, Gaurav. So, in summary, I'm hearing the following from you: emergence of AI ops platforms and demand for L3 experts, rising need for vendor consolidation and commoditization, evolution of use cases as AI enabled decision engines, and increase in industry specific AI solutions from tech vendors. Now, let me move on to the next phase. So, these enterprise applications have evolved. Now, my next question is to you, Premal. With the evolution of this enterprise applications on AI, automation, and built in applications, what are enterprises now expecting from their technology partners? Can you throw some light on us?
Right, sure. So I already said how enterprise applications have evolved, right? So that will obviously, like, service providers need to evolve and keep the pace to match what enterprises are looking for. So enterprises are no longer looking for a simple implementer who will just implement out of the box solutions. That is like the vendors have made it like lot more easier, but they are looking for strategic partners who can not only deploy or implement the solution, but also help them to deploy it in a way that it can create the maximum business impact. So there are a couple of things that enterprise look for. One is sometimes off-the-shelf AI solutions are no longer not suitable for some businesses. So they need some business-specific intelligence to be integrated within those solutions. For example, you can take let's say a healthcare vendor, right? A healthcare provider, right? So they if they want to automate their customer service or patient engagement, they can't simply use the standard customer service solution. They will probably have to partner with a technology provider who can help them integrate their own business logic, their patient engagement model, their regulatory framework, so on and so forth into the solution. So that is one. Another is enterprises need support for the entire value chain of AI adoption when they are doing it. So there are multiple things at it. So one is they want help from technology vendors to help them prioritize which AI use case to look for, and what what can create maximum business outcome, and what will align more with their own business goals. So that is one. Second is we saw Rakesh calling out couple of our client interactions, and I have seen it in larger space also, that businesses rely more and more on technology partners for putting on guardrails or governance frameworks while they are adopting AI. So that is another important thing. And thirdly, the user adoption remains forever challenge for the businesses. So they want technology vendors who come in and train their staff and make sure that actually the use of AI is benefiting them. So, and lastly, there's the AI and the entire ecosystem is evolving too fast for enterprises to manage this whole thing, like managing governance, managing keeping up with the new use cases that are emerging. It's too much. It's quite overwhelming for most of the businesses. So they need technology providers to come in and help them navigate through this. So you can take, let's say, a financial services company, as an example. If they are implementing AI for, let's say, fraud detection, now the company wants to stay ahead of the curve, and they want to make sure that if there are any newly emerging fraud patterns in the market, they want their technology vendors to come in and make sure that they are at par with the market. They can't wait for annual or quarterly updates coming up by these vendors. So these are the quick quick few points that enterprises are looking at, and I'm sure technology providers are making their way to support them.
Yeah, I completely agree, Premal. So, with the rising customer expectations in the enterprise applications domain, Gaurav, what do you think? Service providers, how should they reposition themselves in this evolving landscape? What's their path forward?
Right. So clearly, tasks like integration, maintenance, or for that matter, low-level automation, they will eventually become commoditized, right? So thanks to the self-sufficiency nature of AI. So service providers definitely should reposition themselves, and so here are a couple of things which they can consider doing. Number one, definitely they should move beyond pure implementation provider to advisory and business strategy advisor, right? So what it means is within the AI landscape is defining AI-led business strategy for enterprise customers so that they can align their technology investments as per their long-term business goals, right? Or for that matter, helping enterprise customers with AI governance or risk assessments or change management. That's a very critical piece. So customers today are looking beyond deployment of these solutions. They're looking for somebody who can guide them through cultural transformation, workforce training, and all. Second, industry specialization. So thanks to this generic AI now being easily accessible, so the differentiation would lie in industry specialization, creating those industry specific AI applications, right? So what we're talking about use cases like say fraud management within the banking and financial services, or AI-led patient diagnostics in healthcare, right? Thirdly, going forward, it would be greater ecosystem play. So they need to collaborate. They can't continue to play at third party service layer, right? They have to go beyond that, collaborate with hyperscalers, your AI startup community, and for that matter, end customer to develop specific solutions which meet their need. So it could be like developing your industry-specific AI toolkits, which customers can customize or scale as per their needs. Or for that matter, collaborating with the end customer in designing, training, and fine-tuning the LLM models to match their needs, right? Fourthly, there is greater need to pivot towards outcome-based pricing models. So today, in our conversation with enterprise customers, they are increasingly looking for their contracts being tied up to business outcomes and performance metrics, like of say revenue uplift or cost savings or efficiency gains. Last but not the least, talent development. So it's so important in today's time to keep your talent abreast with all the AI development which are happening. So from the AI perspective, it could mean developing skill sets around prompt engineering or gaining specialization around AI ethics and other stuff. Then it's so important to have those uh, cross skilling of domain experts, and also your industry specialists, be it banking consultant or financial experts, to train them that how they can leverage AI in their existing set of customer interactions.
These are some powerful thoughts, Gaurav. Continuing to what Gaurav said, Andy, you have been engaging with customers day in and day out. What's your take on it?
Yeah, so again, being cognizant of time, I'll keep it very short. So, first thing again, like Gaurav mentioned, probably the most important thing is focus on developing deep domain expertise. It was true before 5 years ago, it's true now, but it's probably 10x more important simply because of all these AI developments that's happening. It's important to have deep domain expertise and subdomain expertise uh, to help the clients. Second part of that is also developing strong domain expertise and capabilities in your nearshore centers as well. Just having a command center with providing preliminary level of support is probably not going to be enough. Second part is also uh, focus on big platforms. That's in sort of like a winner takes all kind of a market that we are in right now. It's important to have very strong capabilities on ERP, HCM systems, and so on. So that's probably the second thing that I would say. The third thing is look at providing integrated IT solutions across both applications and infrastructure. If you look at the last 1 year, and we heard in some of the earlier sessions, there has been a decline in the spend related to applications, about 8% or so. But what has also happened is on deals where there is a component of both applications as well as infrastructure, there has been an uptick of about 5% spend on those kinds of deals. So what this means is clients are expecting uh, providers to not just come with siloed applications or infrastructure solutions, but they are looking at integrated solutions across the applications and the infrastructure stack, come up with not technology solution but business solutions, uh, take them more towards the path of business SLAs and so on. So that's probably where.
Yeah, these are some great pointers, Andy. So, based on the discussion, I'm hearing the following. Enterprises are looking for partners who can customize AI across the value chain, and service providers should move beyond implementation to advisory and business strategy, focus on industry specific solutions, co create solutions with both tech partners and customers, push more for outcome based models, and prepare an AI skilled workforce for the evolving landscape. And this has been an insightful discussion on how service providers can adapt to modern enterprise applications. As we wrap up, I would like to ask each of you to share one key takeaway for service providers to navigate in this shifting landscape. Andy, let's start with you. What are your final thoughts on how providers should stay ahead in this evolving landscape?
Yeah, so from what we've been hearing in all these sessions, there's a lot happening in the technology space as well as from a global economic markets perspective as well. Clients are as much reacting to what's happening around them, but they are also expecting guidance from the providers and advisors to take them on this journey. While they may be looking to cut costs on one end, they're trying to channel some of these costs into newer transformation initiatives, drive a lot of investment towards some of these newer AI initiatives and so on. So it's up to providers to sort of help them craft that transformation agenda and help them walk this path. And this is applicable especially for the application space where a lot of these disruption is happening.
This was a powerful point on enterprise customer perspective. Great insights, Andy. Now, Gaurav, what is your key takeaway for service providers?
Right. So quickly, so the shift is not about AI. It's about service providers stepping up on three fronts. Number one is be the strategic business enabler, be the industry solution builders, and be the cross-platform integration experts. So these are the three takeaways that I would have for the service provider community.
Absolutely, Gaurav. And finally, Premal, what is the one piece of advice that you would give to service providers looking to thrive in this competitive landscape?
Yeah, so we are at a pivotal moment right now, right? So enterprise applications are evolving too fast, as I already mentioned. So the only one key takeaway is we should not look at these applications as tools, but we should start looking at them as autonomous decision making systems. And as soon as you do it, I mean, the entire way of looking at it changes. And the question is not if these applications will change and revolutionize the way we work, but how fast it will do it. So, and looking at the pace at which it is happening, it must be it will be faster than we think. So that's it.
Thank you, Andy, Gaurav, and Premal for your valuable perspectives. The enterprise application landscape is now significantly undergoing a shift powered by AI integrations, impacting clients, service providers, and technology vendors alike. To stay ahead, all stakeholders must adapt to this new landscape, leveraging AI and industry specific solutions to maximize value from their investments. With that, I would like to thank you, our panelists, for their valuable insights, and I would like to thank the audience in joining this discussion with us. Thank you all.
Thank you.